What it is, YouTube? It's your boy Mazy coming back with another bullseye of a tutorial here today on the channel. Okay, so we got a dope West Coast artist. It's going to be Mazy. So let's go over this vocal preset right now. If you guys like this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and drop more suggestions down below for the artist. And check the link down below to get the preset if y'all guys do like it. But we gonna get to these gems regardless. Let's go.
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands-on, now I get shit, touch it. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Cream root beer from the mixer with money. Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands-on, now I get shit, touch it. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Cream root beer from the mixer with money.
Okay, so you know Mazy's a really dope rapper from the Bay Area, and I love his sound a lot. So this is gonna be how to get those modern West Coast vocals, okay, them Bay Area vocals, okay. People have been asking for Mazy for a very long time, but you know me, I took a little time to actually genuinely listen to his music to really get that vibe so I could nail down the impression, you feel me? So this is 100% accurate bullseye Mazy preset, all right? So let's see what it sounds like with and without.
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands-on, now I get shit, touch it. Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands-on, now I get shit, touch it. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Cream root beer from the mixer with money.
Okay, so really dope preset here today. So usually when I think of the Bay Area, I think about the beaches, you feel me? So that's the most important thing for me. I think about the environment of where the person is coming from, and I try to depict that, you know, imagery through, you know, the way the vocal sounds. So that's why the very first thing I picked in is the Fairchild 670. And no, it is not a coincidence why the Fairchild got like 4 fucking presets that literally say West Coast. That is not a coincidence. No, it's for a reason. Because the way that the Fairchild works, it has those tubes, you feel me? It has those transformers that give that body that smoothness. Just like, you know, you think about the environment of the beach, the West Coast, you know, the cool breeze, Cali, you know, roller skates and all that nice shit, and palm trees. So, you know, that's the type of imagery that we're trying to match it up with the plugin, right? So the Fairchild is very smooth, and it has a certain way of giving a natural air to the vocal. So that's why I picked that as my first plugin. And we only kissing it, giving a quick smooch of the vocal with the Fairchild plugin.
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands-on, now I get shit, touch it. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Cream root beer.
So it's more of a situation where we're going for tone. We know the components, the tube, and the transformer is really giving body to the vocal, giving it a mid-range push, and that's what we're going for with Mazy. He's got that Sesame Street grouch. Remember that green dude that was in the trash can on Sesame Street? That's what Mazy's voice reminds me of, the grouch. You feel me? So that's what we're going for. And then after that, we have a little bit of the Chef's Omni channel. Now specifically, it's supposed to be a situation where we're using the odd order harmonics on Mazy's vocal, because that odd order harmonics is putting a little bit of emphasis on his main vocal character, which is that B that you're supposed to be in that box. That's more like mid-range upper tone. So we're using a saturation, just a little sugar, 1 table teaspoon of odd order harmonics to bring the character out type shit. You feel me? Then of course, you know, we rolling off a little bit of bottom, and then, you know, we just kind of like getting that low end to sit how we want to, pretty much. And then I'm bringing a little bit of VCA compression. I know that VCA compression, that voltage controlled amplifier, has a way of giving some attitude to the vocal. So I'm only using just a little bit of that very delicately. So the most important with the Chef's Omni channel is that presence in that mid-range and clearing up everything that is not the, you know, the spotlight, you feel me, of the vocal.
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands-on, now I get shit, touch it. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to... Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands-on, now I get shit, touch it. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Cream root beer for...
So we're only tapping that compression only by the dB, you know, and for the most part, the attack is kind of medium, you know, so we're letting most of the transients of the vocal come through. The faster attack that you have, that will, you know, start to flatten out the vocal, and sometimes that can be a cool effect. You know what I mean? But specifically, we want most of the transients of the vocal, want the vocal to be as wide open and as big as we can. Now we have a de-esser doing like a couple dBs. Everybody and their grandma know what that does. Then we have the C4 on pop vocal preset. I reduced the range, so the range is the maximum amount, you feel me, that the C4 can go, because on this preset it genuinely starts at like 6, you feel me, which was kind of you know, that's where most of the character of his vocals at, in that mid-range. So you know, I started to back it up and back it up and back it up a little bit, and I kind of landed at about, you know, 3 dB being the maximum amount that it will go down, you feel me. So yeah, that pop vocal preset is mostly just letting that mid-range breathe, letting that the grouch pop out of the trash can for a guy like Mazy, you know, kind of being in a situation where his vocal is like a superhero, boom, you know, kind of shooting through that little, you know, superheroes, they shoot through like walls and shit like that. So that's what I want for his vocal. I want it to feel really heroic. You're like a street hero type shit like that. You feel like a gangster hero.
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. Diz used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Cream root beer from the mixer with money. Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. Diz used to school me in the box on deuces.
So you hear that kind of clears everything up, you know, it kind of takes the sunglasses off of the listener's ears. It makes it a little bit more visible, you know, the nuances in the character inside his vocal. After that, we're using the CLA 76. I turned off the compression and I used it as a straight up saturator. I think I was hitting that red light. You know, if he's from the streets and he's talking about that gritty life, I want my 1176 to get a little bit gritty. You feel me? I want my 1176 to be like, okay, peep, I'm gonna keep that energy too, and that's what I'm trying to go for, that texture. You feel me? With that CLA 76, you feel me? I turn off the compressor. We got that red light working, generating a little bit of distortion. You feel me, my nigga?
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. Diz used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Cream root beer from the mixer.
It's very important to understand too that the 76 has the field effect transistors in it. So it's like we put more emphasis, you feel me? Like that odd order harmonic saturation is putting emphasis on that mid-range. And then, you know, we had the C4 right here. It's kind of like I'm doing a counter move, because as you can pay attention on my C4 was like really pushing down that high mid, really controlling that high mid. So it's like I've got it under control dynamically. And, you know, now I'm trying to boost it back with saturation, because I know that 76 has the transistors and I'm hitting that red light distortion, you feel me? I'm using my analog hot sauce, Tabasco, jalapeno, fire, super hot fire seasoning, you feel me? I'm using it strategically, knowing the 76 got transistors inside of it, knowing that it's gonna make the vocal have somewhat of a 10K, somewhere around that higher mid-range boost, you feel me? So I'm boosting it back with that saturation. That's why I turn off the compression. And the bluey is naturally making it brighter, you know, so that West Coast vocal, when I think about the Bay, I think about, you know, a bright beach, but it's smooth and bright, you feel me? Type shit like that. So we have the REQ ducking down a little bit of that mid-range, and because we're ducking that down, that kind of puts a little more emphasis over here in the higher end, and we're boosting it only incrementally by you know, half a dB. And then you're using like you know, a low pass filter as kind of like a stopgap, you know, to put all that emphasis on the vocal. And then we have the corner frequency kind of boosting up a little bit. So, you know, just a very simple EQ move that focuses the vocal, especially in the high end, with this little you know, cutoff.
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. Diz used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss. Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. Diz used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Cream root beer from the mixer with money. Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit.
I'm gonna get shit touching. You feel me? It has that crumply type of texture. So by cutting down this kind of like low mid area, we're opening that stuff up for the listener to hear it, you know? So yeah, it's a situation like that too, where, you know, we have the RVox coming back in just to give it a little bit of a squeeze. give it a little bit of claustrophobia to the vocal and squeeze it ever so gently with the RVox. You feel me? There's a difference between somebody grabbing somebody with two hands and choking the shit out of them, or giving them a very light pinch. So that's kind of how I perceive compression. You know, the more aggressive compression you're doing, it's like a fucking person that's strangling somebody. The less aggressive compression that you're doing, it's like a very lighter pinch. You feel me? So to the degree that you do the compression, is think about it like that. You feel me? How much do you want to pinch the fucking vocal, and what way do you want to pinch it to? You feel me? There's different ways to pinch people. So our Vox, you know, using that to give us a very ever so gentle squeeze to the vocal.
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to.
After that, we using the RVox, mostly using the high mid push, and I like that because this does like an overall high shelf to the upper mid range, and that's where that vocal character is at. So like Mazy's vocal isn't stupid Ariana Grande bright. You feel me? A lot of hood artists, there's a certain type of brightness that hood artists have. You know, like a street light brightness, like a street lamp type of brightness. You feel me? It's still gritty, it's still edgy, it's still around the corner, it's still around the block, it's still thugging. You feel me? But it is still somewhat bright. So we only using a dollop, a honey table teaspoon of fresh air.
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit.
And then at that point, you know, I used the Wave Silk vocal, which I very much appreciate this, and I'm using it only ever so slightly. And you pay attention to the mid range, which is most of the of his vocal, the most of the Rottweiler frequency, most of the pit bull, the American bully inside of his vocal is in the mid range. You feel me? The biting teeth frequency. So we did want to control it just a little bit, mostly in the mid range. But after that, my low end and my high end is pretty balanced, but that mid range was the one that got a little bit more of a push because, you know, like how we said, we understanding that that's a very rugged and rough part of his vocal, but we don't want to kill it, you know. We don't want to kill it, you know, by, you know, doing that very early on in our process, just already start cutting it out. Like I kind of really just let that high mid breathe, you know, even with the 76 boosting it and shaping it exactly the way I wanted it to be. Now I'm just using the silk vocal to control it, because there is going to be some words with somebody like this who has a voice like this that might appear to be harsher than others. Deezy used to school me in the black sauce root. Like, you feel me? Those voices, those certain words just have a certain way of, you know, instigating and bringing out his vocal tone a little bit more. So that's why I leaned on the silk vocal, which is only gonna, give a slight little tape, a box fade, only a slight trim, only everywhere it's needed on the vocal. You feel me?
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to.
Woo! Okay, after that we have an Abbey Roads plate, which the Abbey Roads plate is pretty dope for a West Coast vocal because it's very analog-y, and then we wrote off the low end and did a high shelf because we do want some of the high end off of that plate reverb. We just don't want all of it, so I dimmed it down and did that resonant bump. I consistently do that shit, and pay attention to how, you know, emphasizing that high mid. You feel me? That 2K, 3K, 4K. That's where that bump is at. You feel me? Type shit. So after that, we have the REQ on the H delay. Everybody and their mother knows what a fucking delay is. We only use the quarter note delay. Then we use doubler stomp here, and we only use the ever so lightly. Made sure that we got somewhat aggressive on that low, that low mid of the doubler. So let's look at it real quick.
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Cream root beer from the mixing with money. Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gonna use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. These used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Cream root beer from the mixing with money.
So you guys got an idea of what that's doing. And then we had the pre-child 670, and we're just using vocal attack, a very heavy little bit of compression, and that Veramu tube compressor is giving us more saturation, more of a mid-range push, And yeah, I just really liked how it sounded on that parallel compression, that vocal crusher.
Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gon' use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. D's used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh. Cream root beer from the mixer with money. Never bought a thing, no, I'm not gon' use it. I was hands on, now I
So it just sounds extremely natural. So with the vocal brightness on this chain, it was natural brightness. We like using that tube that sometimes you get your vocal brightness from your parallel compressor, understanding that you have a bright parallel compressor, but boom, we use the 76 on Bluey to make the vocal brighter. You feel me? We use the odd order harmonics, which for me it makes it perceived as a little bit more brighter because we're adding saturation to that density area, which is the higher mid. And usually when you want your vocals to be brighter, you push higher mid. We did a little high shelf right here too. So yeah, that was a great way that we got that lead vocal to sit and feel very present and organic. You feel me? Because sometimes people who have voices like that, gargle style voices like that, it could get harsh pretty quickly if you start boosting up top end like an idiot. You feel me? And not taking some time to consider what is the strengths and the weaknesses of the vocal. So after that, we have the doubler stomp. You feel me? On the ad-libs, the Shep's omni channel, and we use an even order harmonics this time to make the vocal sound fat. We use the REQ and let most of that top end breathe. Those ad-libs are very dry on Mazy's song. I'm using the CLA 76 too to give some dark vocal distortion. And of course, I'm just letting that Silk vocal eat, feed me more. I'm letting that Silk vocal eat, bruh.
never bought a thing, no, I'm not gon' use it. I was hands on, now I get shit touching. D's used to school me in the box on deuces just to listen to his new shit. I miss Big Bruh.
That's a trick I've been doing a lot lately where I just roll off all the low end on the ad lib and I let the Silk vocal just eat up all the high end, because there's gonna be some ad libs that woo, like a word like woo doesn't have as much high end as ha. You feel me? Certain words just have more high end than others, you know? So it's something that you have to very intelligently understand as an engineer, you know what I mean? Maybe you do want the ad libs to be bright, and there is a way to achieve it. You just got to take a little time to figure it out. Then we just had like a whatever type of room reverb to help them get their own sense of space and dimension. So that's pretty much the end of the video here today. If you guys like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Check the link down below in the description to get the template. Suggest more artists. Just want to say I appreciate y'all. Now my YouTube gang. Appreciate y'all. Peace.